Hi everyone, welcome to Flames of War version 4 launch weekend. It's finally here. It's been a long process, it's been a long road, but we're here and I think it's the most exciting time I've ever seen for Flames of War. We've got some great stuff out there. I don't know if you guys saw us at our Christmas video, but we had some examples of the books then. Now we've got the real books here. It's really exciting. Remember this weekend, get out there, get your free books. They bring all your existing intelligence handbooks, they bring them all up to version 4 and they make them all great. And we're really excited. It's been a long road to version 4. Some of us are looking a bit haggard, but we're here now, and it's great to do this weekend and do some hobby and do some gaming. And I'd just like to thank everyone in our team and in the Battlefront team all over the world, whether they be in the UK, USA, Kuala Lumpur, or here. Thank them all for a great effort. It's been a massive job, and thanks to all the stores who supported us, who believed in us, and hopefully, and thank you to all your customers, all our great customers out there, everyone going out there to get their free books, and also hopefully buy LLMA and buy some of these cool books that the guys here have written.
And on that note, we're going to answer some of your questions. So first up, Adam asked how the new command cards are going to work. So Andrew, you've been working on those. Why don't you tell us about how those are going to work?
Yeah, so one of the projects I've been working on while the other guys have been working on the main rule book and the updated rule books is command cards. And command cards are great. They add some optional elements to the game. You can upgrade units, you can add new formations like div cav, you can add trucks to units. There's lots of little options in the deck. It also comes with a cool little scenario deck that allows you to play a game with moving objectives and different things happening. So it's another way to play as well. So it just adds a lot more stuff to the game already. So it's a great little add-on. And there's going to be one for every book, for every nation. So the British will have one, the Germans will have one, Italians come out, and Americans, they'll each have one as well. So it's going to be a fun little extra thing you can add to the game to vary your games.
And Kenneth asked about some of the factors we consider before turning a resin kit into a plastic kit, and he also wants to know if the British are going to be getting a Churchill.
Yeah, the process for picking what gets turned into plastic and what stays in metal and resin's quite a long one. But to answer the best part of the question, yes, we are going to have a Churchill. I think that fits our criteria of being something that's iconic for the period, something that all players are going to want, and most importantly, you'll actually have the opportunity to have a decent number of them in an army. If you can only have one, you're probably unlikely to see it in plastic. Now, even though there are models that will fit our criteria of being iconic and fielding multiple, we still have to look, do we have time in the schedule to make them? So there are some things that we would like to make that we just won't get round to, unfortunately. But yes, your Churchill's coming.
Now, Mike asked about the difference between the mid-war rules and the late-war rules. So, Wayne, you worked on that rule book. Why don't you tell us about some of the differences there?
Well, fundamentally the rules are the same, but there are a few little things we have to do to cope with the existing late war and early war handbooks and briefings that are out there. So, as you've seen, we've done a little book to cover the changes in rules that we need to do. Pete's holding that up there. And that covers most of any of the special rules and things that have changed within the rules themselves. The other few little tweaks we've done are to do with how cards work with the mid-war rules that we won't have in the late and early war briefings at the moment. So things that would normally be done by a modification to a card number, a rating or something that would change a number of how something works, like your remount or your rally. We've got little rules to deal with that in the rule book as well. But these are all highlighted. We've highlighted them in the late war, early war rule book in a green box, so you can see those rules usually quite clearly. Yeah.
Faystar asked about the early and late war PDF or digital exclusive lists in Forces of War. So, Chris, can you tell us about those?
Well, as you can see, Wayne's been pretty busy working on all of these, so it's just one of those things we've had to schedule when they're going to be done. They're coming, we're going to be working on them, they will be in forces, just not yet.
And Alberto would like to know when the Americans are going to be arriving in mid-war.
Thanks, Alberto. That's an easy one. September. Lots of cool plastic kits. It's going to be great. Yes, James is working on that book now, and it's looking really good.
And on a related subject, Plastic Division wants to know what the plan is for the Italians for mid-war.
Well, I'm working on that book where James and I are working on the two books together. They sort of go well as a pair. And it's going to come out soon after the American book. It's got some lovely plastics coming with it, quite a few of them, so it's just going to be really awesome.
Kyle asks about what's going to happen with some of the spin-off periods from Flames of War, for example, Great War, Fate of a Nation, and Vietnam.
Good question, Kyle. They're all getting the V4 Team Yankee overhaul. They're going to be complete books with army lists and the rules all in there. Fate of the Nation and Vietnam will both be done in Team Yankee style, and Great War will be done in the version 4 mid-war style. So they're all coming out, they're being worked on currently, and they've even got some new releases with them and even plastic. So we're going to be filling out some of the parts of those periods that have been missing and people have been asking for. So it's going to be, we're not forgetting them. It's going to be, we're looking forward to it.
Excellent. Vinny would like to know when we'll be seeing French and other language versions of the rules.
They're being worked on in England at the moment, up in the Nottingham office. The whole pile of European languages are coming out, including Spanish, French, Italian, German, and some others. So they are being worked on and they will come.
Congo was curious about what's going to happen to the product range as 4th edition expands into other theatres and eras.
Everything stays in the range. Just because we're releasing the V4 mid-war books doesn't mean we're going to lose everything. You'll see some products go from boxes to blisters, but everything that's available now will stay available.
And Iron Tom was wondering if the non-plastic models are going to be remastered or resculpted.
That's another easy one. Every model before it's going to be re-released will get reviewed. So we'll look at the model, decide if it's up to our current standard, if it needs to be completely resculpted, so Evan needs to pull out the putty and start the whole model from scratch again, or whether it's a case of taking the existing master and maybe just giving it a bit of a tidy up and a spruce up just to make it look a bit better. So yeah, every model gets looked at and updated.
And Gunny wondered about the decision to change to a 100-point base for the point system. Could you tell us about that, Phil?
The reason we went with that was basically to make it easier for players. With a 100-point system, it's really simple if you're in the shop or in the club just to quickly whip up a list. It works well with things like the new reserves rule, where you have 60% of your force on table. It's much easier to work out 60% of 100 than 60% of 1500 or some other number. And it worked really, really well for Team Yankee. So we just decided to do it to make life easier for players, particularly new players coming into the hobby.
122 crew wanted to know whether we'll be seeing cards for the Pacific.
Yes, we'll be doing some mid-war cards. So if you've got the little special rules book, you'll notice that we've done conversions for the two current Pacific War books, so you can still continue to play either using the Pacific War points or late war points, but we will be doing some mid-war cards specifically that will sort of seamlessly merge in with the stuff we've already done for the Desert War.
Well, I hope that answers most of your questions. There were a lot of questions about rules. We're leaving those to be answered over the weekend, and there'll be various posts and etc. that will answer the rules questions. This was more about the other parts of the business. Again, thank you very much for listening and basically for being here this weekend with us and sharing this great experience with us. Go V4!